Well, welcome to the call, and a special welcome to you, Robert.
Thank you.
Robert is the owner of one of the owners of Global Coin Reserve, and we are going to take you a bit through the company, and Robert is going to tell you a bit about where the company is heading and what they're planning on doing with the coin. And then, of course, we will have some questions for him. So if you will please mute your phone so we will have no background noise, it will be really, really good. I can tell you about myself. I have been looking into the Bitcoin industry for the past year and a half. I actually know a friend that is doing very well trading on and mining the different coins. But I also know that it's a jungle and it is very, very difficult to find out how to do the things. And I don't want to find out how to do it myself because I don't think I have the knowledge to do that all the time, actually. So when this company actually came up and they are mining the coins for us, but it's still our coins, I just thought that would be perfect. But to tell you the truth, I bought my first Bitcoin about a year and a half ago at $30, and I made a heck of a sale. I thought selling it at 80, and now the rate on the Bitcoin is over 500. So what do you know? But it was still a good profit, right? My story actually is that I was contacted by my sponsor Linda about 4 weeks ago. It was in the beginning of my summer vacation, so I told her I didn't actually have time to look at anything new. And she said to me I needed to sign up and I could look at it later. And I did what she said. I registered, but I didn't even open the site. I just closed it, and then I looked at it about 7 to 10 days later. And it seems interesting because then I found out that it was actually about crypto coins and that the company was mining their own coin and that I was getting the coins for the mining. So I actually upgraded to a gold position, and as I was on summer vacation, I closed the site again and didn't do anything until about a week later. Then I saw what the position I had, the mining position, actually mined for me, and that I could actually go in and look at the mining every single hour. I called Linda and I tried to find out something more about the company. Then I went into what I call the due diligence mode because I really wanted to check that this was legit and this was 100% serious and not just a coin that they said they were mining. So I did a lot of due diligence on the company. I actually had Danish Bitcoin Association check them out, and they said whatever they could see was actually pretty straightforward. There was nothing, they were doing the right thing. And I started to talking to Robert a lot, and after the first conversation with Robert, and when I had also talked to Danish Bitcoin Association, I upgraded to the highest position, and I'm very happy I did. I'm a bit sad I didn't do it from the beginning, but that's just the way things are, you know. I found out what I needed to know to gain the confidence that I need to start promoting this. So I am going out and promoting the business too now. So that's actually a bit about how I got started. I was very skeptical, and I got every one of my questions answered in a nice, easy, and relaxed way. And that is one thing I like about Robert. He's just straightforward. No try to hiding anything, just answering whatever you want to ask him. So without further ado, I'm going to put you on the line, Robert, to tell us a bit about the coin that you are actually creating and the stuff that you're creating behind the coin, which is very, very interesting.
Well, thank you, Keld. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for being on the call as well, and I appreciate you letting me be on the call. It's really exciting now with Global Coin Reserve. I'm really excited about the project, the development of our coin, and what's going to be happening in the near future. Just to give a little information about myself, I've been actually in the industry for 20 plus years. I started off as a networker myself, did really well with that, but was more interested in the corporate side of things. So I actually started really looking into the corporate side of networking, and actually had been a consultant for the last 10 years for most of your major companies out there, and then actually developed a couple companies myself. And I was at a party with Kevin Thompson. It was the 4th of July. I was spending it with him, and he actually told me that I should take a look at cryptocurrency. So I did, and the more I looked into it, I just fell in love with it. I just loved everything cryptocurrency had to offer the public and the world. As far as the development of coins, of course, transactions being able to be made globally, instantly, without third parties' involvement. So it's decentralized. Nobody owns the currency. I saw a real potential with cryptocurrencies, especially looking at Bitcoin. So the more I looked into it, like I said, the more I fell in love with it. And I really knew that there was something there that I could share with everybody else, such as yourselves, with cryptocurrency and actually offer something new to the public. And that got me really excited. Being in the industry for as long as I have, you've pretty much seen it all. And being able to offer something unique and something brand new and something that hasn't been seen or done before was extremely exciting for me. But I really had to do a lot of research into cryptocurrency, so I knew everything about it basically, and that way I could put together a quality company. So that being said, I actually knew I wanted to develop our own coin, because when you look into the crypto world, you see alternative currencies being created on a daily basis. But unfortunately, those cryptocurrencies are not creating it's called an ecosystem behind it. And I knew with an MLM platform that ecosystem could actually be developed quite quickly. And not only that, a strong ecosystem as well. And that's what it really takes for a coin to be successful in the market, is a very strong ecosystem. So there's three key elements to that ecosystem, and that being the mining of the coin, the buying, selling, and trading of the coin, and the marketing of the coin. Well, I knew with the MLM platform right away that the marketing of the coin would be no problem whatsoever. We're going to be dealing with, nothing but professional marketers. And then the second thing was the mining I looked at. And so I really did some research into the mining aspect, and I actually attempted the mining myself. And I'll tell you, to make a long story short, it took me 4 days. I ended up calling my programmer to help me actually finish the setup because I couldn't figure it out on how to mine doggy coins at the time. And I knew after going through that process personally that the average person had absolutely no chance of ever mining any coins. They would never be able to figure out the programming part to actually start mining coins. So I went to our developers and I said, I found the product I would like to offer our members, and that was the actual mining part. But I said, we have to make this absolutely simple. In other words, I want all the mining set up to be already developed for a new member when he joins our company. Literally, he has to do nothing other than join our company, and he or she will start mining right away. I said, that way I'm now giving the opportunity to the average person that is looking at cryptocurrency, wanting to get involved with cryptocurrency, the ability to actually mine coins as well without having to know any technical stuff at all. Zero. If they know how to sign up with their name and email, then they're good to go. So that was really exciting when we developed that. Matter of fact, we are the very first company to actually develop that capability. Not just MLM, but any company. So we knew by doing this in the path that we were taking with our coin that we would be able to develop a very strong ecosystem, and that is essential to any coin's growth in the market. Not only that, but we also look at the development of our coin as well, because that is important as well. So we're constantly putting together things to develop on our coin, with our coin, to give it more value in the marketplace. So right now we're running on an X13 script. So it's a very good quality script. Of course, it has been modified to suit our needs. But not only that, we got plans here in the near future that are going to be rolling out that we've already started in development, and that is actually integrating with a program called Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is a really nice program. It's set there in place to do smart contracts and things of that nature. but we also have the ability to create a side chain with Ethereum, and this gives all the abilities that Ethereum would have. We would now have the ability with the GCR coin as well, adding more value to our coin, and that is extremely exciting. Not only that, we are now in development to have our coins gold backed as well, and that's extremely exciting because it will actually give us a value for our coin as soon as we have the gold backing in place. So we've already been looking at further developing our coin and giving it even more value into the market, and which other coins are not even presently doing at this point in time. So, all these things being done with our coin, it is really, really exciting, and because we know that this is going to offer true value into the marketplace. And another thing that I would want to say is when you look at cryptocurrency, I want to just take you back a step with Bitcoin. When you look at Bitcoin, it basically took Bitcoin 5 years to get to where it's at. And that's because of the lack of marketing that was done with Bitcoin. A lot of people don't even know this, but actually Bitcoin was pre-mined. It was mined by the developers only at the very beginning. So it was closed mining for those guys, and nobody even knew about it. And that's when Bitcoin was, sitting at less than a penny or around a penny. Now, if you look at the history of Bitcoin, a lot of people, there were some people that got involved maybe 2-3 years back when it was sitting around, $15, $30 per Bitcoin. And I wish I was one of those people, because if I was mining Bitcoin when it was around $15 or $30 per value, I'd be a millionaire today. It's as simple as that. And that's a fact. So unfortunately, due to the lack of marketing and so forth with Bitcoin, there was a lot of people that missed the boat. If they were aware of Bitcoin and so forth and what the development behind it was and everything, I'm sure there would have been a lot more people involved at that point in time. But like I said, a lot of people missed the boat because of the lack of the marketing. Well, I wanted to create that boat once again, but let everybody know that the boat was here. And that's exactly what we're doing with GCR. We're developing a very high quality coin with true value in the market and letting everybody know so they can get involved at a very early stage, and hopefully something will come of the coin, and we're really excited about that. We know through our member base, that's where it's really going to be, dependent on our members to really help us out, give and add value to our coins, such as promoting, talking to others, and so forth and so on. But not only that, we're going to be working very closely with merchants as well that will be accepting our coin as well as a form of payment, and this is going to add even more value to our coin. So there's a lot of exciting things going on right now. We hope to see a lot of these implementations happen within the next 3 to 4 months. We're constantly working in the background to see that this is done. We're seeing a lot more signups come into Global Coin Reserve, and we're really excited about that. And we feel confident that Global Coin Reserve will be around for a very, very long time. I develop quality companies that stick around for a very long time, and that's certainly what we want to do with Global Coin Reserve. And we know through our members that is going to be accomplished. So that's exciting for me. I try to give everything in a nutshell really quickly. I don't like to say too much. But if there's any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those questions right now.
Thank you, Robert. Yes, there is actually a lot of questions out there. Most people ask the same questions that I asked you in the beginning, and some of them are, of course, that, well, if we are in the mining process right now, and at some point we will also be in the process where we can sell. But first and foremost, the question that I get most is, are the coins actually being mined in real time, or are they pre-mined?
No, they're actually being mined real time. Nothing has been pre-mined with Global Coin Reserve whatsoever. In other words, once we opened the mining capabilities, the first person that joined the company, that's when the mining actually started with our coin. So nothing was pre-mined. You will be able to see everything live in your wallet, exactly what you're mining to that minute, really. So nothing was pre-mined whatsoever.
Okay. I told them that too, and then they said, "How can we be sure you're actually mining for real? And uh, how can we be sure it's not just a fabricated or pre-mined coin? Can we actually see proof of mining?"
Well, you can see the proof in the mining through your history in your wallet, but we also are very excited to tell you that we're going to have our Block Explorer up and running in the wallet as well very soon, within the next 7 days. And through that Block Explorer, it actually gives all the information of what's going on in the mining and so forth, and the payments going out and all that good stuff through the Block Explorer. In other words, it's just like Bitcoin when you go through their Block Explorer. You can actually put in a transaction to see where everything that happened with that transaction. We'll have the same capabilities with our Block Explorer as well. And that's irrefutable proof that the coin is real and that you
Yeah.
are mining it.
Okay, that is amazing. Where will I be able to sell my coins, and when will I be able to sell them?
Well, right now you're not able to actually sell the coins or trade the coins, and that's because right now what we're doing is actually developing our ecosystem, because that, like I said, that is very, very important to develop that ecosystem. So right now everything is only being mined through Global Coin Reserve, and once we go into the trading platforms, it is at that time that you will be able to buy, sell the GCR coins if you want, trade them for other cryptocurrencies out on the market, even Bitcoin and so forth and so on. But until that happens, right now, basically what we're doing is developing the coin, developing the ecosystem, and developing the membership base. The people that are really behind GCR coin first before that happens.
Yeah. The way I see it, it is actually in the mining process the most money is being made when it comes to crypto. Is that not correct? In the
It
beginning
is,
of the mining.
yes, it is correct and it is incorrect. Of course, you want to be in, if you're in at the early stages of a coin being mined, then yes, it can be profitable to be involved with coin at that stage. But then I have to say it might not be, because if the ecosystem isn't developed, there's no value for the coin. You may not know this term, but there's a lot of copies out there. Basically, they're going in, creating a coin, and just copying another coin because it's open script, and the coin is really offering nothing to the public, so thus the coin is worthless. So if you mine that coin, obviously you're not making anything, and people don't know that aspect. So like I said, it's very important for us to develop that ecosystem to give value to the coins, so that when we go into the market, the people that got in an early stage or getting in today, or even may get in tomorrow, there's potential there for our coin for them.
Yeah. That's also why you are doing anything with that Ethereum business.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I had someone yesterday ask me, how can I actually be sure that they are going to launch on that trading? How can I be sure that at some point we are going to be able to sell our coins? Because that's a matter of trust.
It is a matter of trust, but then you have to also look at the fact that we're continuously developing on our coin, and that would be absolutely pointless if we never went into the trading platforms or went public with our coin, and that could do a whole lot of headache. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So there would be absolutely no reason to have Global Coin Reserve Company if we never went public with our coin. I mean, it would make no sense.
Oh. Later, I know that you had some questions also. You want to ask them yourself?
Yes, sure. I would love to. Well, one big question I always get all the time is, how do I get my money out?
At this point in time, there is really no way to get your, I would say, not say money, but your coins out. That can only happen once we go into the trading platforms. I mean, of course, you do have the option to trade with people, other members within the company with our coins. That is entirely up to you. You can do that today if you want. And I highly suggest it as well. I really do. But as it is right now, you really can't do anything with the coin until we go public and go into the trading platforms. And like I said, I'll back it up again. There's been many coins created in the market, but without zero ecosystem and really nothing behind the coin, then there's no value to the coin whatsoever, and it'll be dead in the market. So we simply just do not want to come into the market with a dead market. And so that's why we're developing the ecosystem right now. You are a part of that development of the ecosystem, and that's why it's essential that we have the members in now with us, and hopefully the ones that are coming in, is to develop that ecosystem so we know we're going to be going into the market with the value of our coin. And then at that time and at that point of stage, that's when you're able to do basically anything you want with our coin.
Thank you very much. But then I'll rephrase it a little bit, because when you're actually building the business, you do make some bonuses, and these money, how do you get those out?
Oh, you mean as far as our compensation plan is concerned?
Yes.
Yes, we do have a compensation plan within our mining platform, which is really exciting. Actually, we're, paying out commissions to members that are helping us develop the membership base. And that money is coming out on every Friday. And actually, we pay in Bitcoins as well. So as soon as you create your wallet, all your commissions on every Friday are paid out to your Bitcoin wallet. And we're the first to be doing that. The very first MLM company to do that.
That's fantastic. That means that you're actually paying out. You don't have to wait for your money?
No.
Well, that's unique as well, because I think usually you have to wait 2 weeks and then they'll be paid out. That's
Nope.
amazing.
We pay out well, that's the beauty of cryptocurrency. Everything is done instantly, so there's no wait time for us, so thus there's no wait time for you.
Right. I do have another one. When you went in and decided to do this, what kind of backing financially do you have so that you are that we're sure that the company is going to be around in 2 years' time? Because we know many companies, they disappear within the first year.
Well, I can give you a brief overview of that. I'm sorry, but I can't go into full details. I don't think any company would.
No.
But let's just say that I also own another company as well, and it does extremely well. So I was able to financially back this company myself personally. And on top of that, I have enough in reserves to actually float the company for another additional 8 months if nothing happened whatsoever. But that is certainly not the case. We're having extraordinary growth within the company right now. So actually that float is not even needed. But it is there just in case, because of course you need to have a reserve. And usually a good float time is 6 months. But like I said, with the growth we're already having right now, the float is not even necessary.
That's fantastic. Good news. Thank you. I think that's it, Keld. Do you have any more?
Yeah, I have a couple more. If I'm mining now for 30 days, what happens next month? Can I stop mining next month if I want to do that?
It's entirely up to you. You can mine for 30 days if you would like and discontinue the mining. The following month, it wouldn't really make much sense to do that.
No, it's just a hypothetical question, you know.
But yes, you could do that if you so desire to.
Yeah, I don't like being tied up to anything for a long haul, you know. So
yeah,
I know a lot of people don't want to do that also. Also, I can see that you are going to back your coin with gold.
Yes.
Now that sounds interesting, but how are you going to do that?
It's actually through the mining process. In other words, we knew when we first developed our coin that we would want to have a gold back. So we had things in place in order for this to happen. We have a company out of Singapore that we are going to be working with, that we are actually going to be buying the gold from. Now, a portion of the mining is allocated to purchasing the gold as well through our transactions. In other words, a portion of those transactions, a portion of the minings are actually held back through a master wallet. That master wallet, those are used to actually purchase the gold. So we will be purchasing gold on a constant basis, boom, 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 because we're always generating through that master wallet to actually utilize those funds to buy the gold, have it vaulted within Singapore, and we've already got 3 vaults we're going to be dealing with. And so as we buy the gold, that gold is actually backing our coin, and it will be certified gold through Ethereum platform. So at any given time, you can actually trade the GCR coin for the amount in gold, gold backing it. Now, the gold backing is just a portion of the value of our coins, and this is to actually add stability to our coin within the market, and then it can never fall. Our coin can never fall below the coin amount, below the value of the gold amount. No coin can do that right now. But with our gold backing, that's actually going to be in place. So in other words, no matter what the market does, it can't fall below that price because of the gold backing. So through that master wallet, we're constantly buying more gold, and literally our gold reserve could be bigger than Fort Knox. So that is backing our coins. So that's a little bit more about the gold backing, and this is going to be coming in development. Really, we're waiting for the Ethereum program to launch because we're going to be utilizing their software, their platform, in order to do the gold backing and give the certifications of the gold backing the coin.
It sounds amazing. Well, that is what I see that the coin can never be worthless. You know, there will always be a certain value behind the coin.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that's amazing. I don't actually have any more questions for you, but I can guarantee you I'll be back with more later on.
No problem. I'm happy to answer any questions. You know, you got to really, look at the management when you're looking at any company. Have the questions. I mean, because you really got to be comfortable with who you're working with at the end of the day, and feel confident that that the company is exactly what they're saying they are, and what they're trying to do, and so forth and so on. So as far as questions, I certainly don't mind them. I love answering questions, and then that way I can get more into detail about the development of our coin, because that really excites me.
Yeah.
But I also want to show people that there is something being done with this company, and something being done with this coin, and that we're truly trying to participate within the cryptocurrency world.
Well, I found out that you like answering questions because actually you have a partner called Anthony, who is the big mastermind behind the brain. If I have to make that assumption, because he's a bit of a nerd in the crypto world. There is nothing he doesn't know about the crypto world. I talked to him a couple of times, and well, in the last couple of years, or in the last year, I've gotten to know some people that are actually very big on crypto coins. But I actually didn't know that they were this big, because some of them were actually advisors for huge corporations and for crypto exchanges, and they do work as consultants for bringing in new crypto coins to the market. And I actually talked to them about Golden Coin Reserve, and I put them on a call with you, Robert. You remember them?
Yes, I do.
I know you do. They actually tried to bring the company down for 30 minutes in a row. And Robert took Anthony on the call, and the other guy took his associate on the call, and they really tried to decapitate the company and Robert. But they couldn't do that. They just got a perfect answer to every one of their questions, and they were actually pretty impressed at the end of the call. Now I had to go look after my son for a few minutes, and when I came back again, they were actually talking to the company about how they could actually be supporting them, what they could do for them. So they started up, wanted to bring them down, but they ended up actually begging them to be the company advisors. And in my world, that is huge. That is what sold me the last little bit on this company, to be honest with you.
Well, it is. I mean, I want to say this really quickly as well. People think that because we are an MLM company that, we're just basically trying to ride off the back of cryptocurrency. And that is certainly not the case with us. We are truly trying to develop and give value to the cryptocurrency world through the development of the Global Coin Reserve Coin, GCR coin. And so right away when they see MLM, that's what pops into their head. And that's exactly what these two gentlemen were thinking as soon as they got on the call. So of course, for the first half of the call, they were, of course, like you said, trying to decapitate us. But we knew we just sat back, listened to their, what they were saying. And then, of course, when it was our time to talk with me and Anthony, and yes, Anthony is the brains behind our coin. And believe me, if you get him talking about it, I get lost in about 2 minutes because it goes into the programming language, and it's way beyond me. But as soon as we were able to start talking and tell them the development that we have going on behind our coin, what we've done with our coin, the processes that we're going to be taking within the near future as far as developing our coin, they knew right away that we were no joke, that we were certainly not a company just trying to ride off the back of cryptocurrency. And so their tune changed, instantly. And once they had actually, the other gentleman brought his partner in, that was the I guess you call the techie guys, and they basically all started going at it with this techie, language and stuff like that. I'm just, sitting back, letting Anthony do his thing and answering the questions and so forth. But yeah, at the end of the call, they were really excited about Global Coin Reserve, excited to work with us and help us with the development of our coin as well. So it just goes to show you, that we can take any people are very prominent within the cryptocurrency world, and once we are able to share with them and they don't make a judgment call right away, they will see right away that we mean business.
Yeah, well, that's what we found out too, Robert. So I am very, very happy to be a part of this, and I hope that everyone on the call is satisfied. And if not, we can make another call and answer more questions later on. So
Absolutely.
I think we should just say that this was it for today, and I'll thank you for being here. Thank you for your time.
I was happy to be here, and I want to thank everybody for being on the call, and I look forward to our next call.
Thank you. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.